What are the worst selling cars of this year so far? And better yet, what are the best selling models? Well, today we have the data because we're gonna go through the top 10 on both categories right now. Starting with the slowest selling cars. All right, let's kick things off with the slowest of the slow, the cars that just aren't moving. If a dealership was a school cafeteria, these are the cars eating lunch under the bleachers. Sad, I know, but a painfully true analogy. Anyways, at the bottom of the barrel, the Dodge Charger. Now, wait, what? I know what you're thinking. How is the Charger the slowest selling car this year? Well, let me break it down for you. Well, right now, there's a 1,775-day supply of these things sitting at dealerships. That's almost 5 years worth of inventory just chilling. They pumped out a ridiculous number of these things, hoping the whole EV charger hype would make these things fly off the lot. But clearly, that has not happened. I still want to drive one of these cars, no doubt, but it seems like America isn't willing to put down the money in order to do so. Now, let's move on to something that makes a little more sense, the Nissan Z. Look, I love the Z as much as the next guy, but let's be honest. Nissan fumbled and brought back an icon, slapped on a starting price of $42,000, and then pushed out a loaded up version that hit 70 grand. I mean, what were they thinking? And what do you get for that kind of money? A car that, looks cool, but is not as good as value as the Supra, Mustang, and even the used Corvettes. People were excited for the Z, even me, until they saw the price tag, and now it's just been sitting on dealership lots with a 233-day supply. Oof. Next up, we've got the Chrysler Voyager, the forgotten stepchild of the minivan world. The Voyager is basically the cheaper version of the Pacifica, but here is the problem. No one wants a cheap minivan when they could just buy a used Sienna or Odyssey instead. Minivans are already a niche market, and Chrysler somehow made theirs even less desirable by stripping away the features people actually want. With a 300-day supply, you could probably walk into a dealership right now, offer them a $20 bill and a high five, and they'd still take the deal just to get it off the lot. And then we have the Audi A3. This one is kind of a bit of a head scratcher. I mean, Audi's smallest sedan used to be a hot seller, but this year it's got a 468-day supply. That's over a year of unsold cars. What happened, Audi? Well, the A3, it got expensive, starting around 40 grand, and at that price, people are just buying a loaded up Volkswagen GTI instead. Plus, let's be real, the entry-level luxury doesn't hit the same when you're still rocking a 4-cylinder and a front-wheel drive drivetrain. Audi buyers are skipping the A3 and just jumping to the A4 or Q5. And now, let's talk about Jaguar. Oh, Jaguar, what are you doing? The F-Pace and XF are both on the list with the 241-day and 280-day supplies, respectively. And I think we all know why. Jaguar just feels like a brand that just does whatever it kind of wants. Their lineup is all over the place. The reliability is still a joke. And if you're dropping luxury money, are you still really gonna buy a Jaguar over a BMW or a Mercedes? Exactly. All right, I'll admit that seeing the Audi A7 on this list is a bit of a surprise. I mean, the A7 is gorgeous, and it's got that sleek styling, a hatchback trunk that makes it surprisingly practical, and an interior that feels like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. So why is it sitting on dealer lots for 225 days? Simple, price and competition. The A7 isn't just expensive, it's sitting in a category where buyers have way too many good options. If you're spending $75,000 plus on a luxury car, are you gonna go for an Audi A7? Or are you just gonna get a BMW 8 Series, a Mercedes-Benz E-Class Coupe, or even a base-level Porsche Panamera? And with Audi pushing EVs hard, some buyers are skipping the A7 entirely and just going for the e-tron GT instead. So, while the A7 looks great, it's stuck in an awkward price bracket and luxury buyers are moving elsewhere. Land Rover fans, I know you're out there. Well, look away because this one is rough. The Land Rover Discovery has been struggling for years, and 2025 isn't doing it any favors. With a 232-day supply, this thing is basically just taking up space at dealerships. And the reason? Well, reliability, or lack thereof. See, Land Rover has a bad reputation for breakdowns and expensive repairs, and the Discovery has never escaped that curse. Buyers looking for 3-row luxury SUVs are way more likely to go for a Lexus GX, BMW X7, or even a loaded up Grand Cherokee L. Plus, Land Rover kind of cannibalized itself. I mean, the Defender is selling way better because if you're gonna buy a Land Rover, you might as well get the coolest one. So instead of spending $60K plus on a Discovery, people are either upgrading to a Defender or just avoiding Land Rover entirely. Oh man, this one is kind of sad. The Mini hardtop 2-door used to be the go-to car for people who wanted something fun, stylish, and quirky, but now it is just sitting on lots for 224 days on average, waiting for someone, anyone, to buy one. The issue's simple. Mini lost its audience. In 2025, most people either want practical small cars like a Corolla or performance small cars like a Civic Type R or GR Corolla. The Mini hardtop is kind of stuck in between. It's sort of fun, sort of practical, but not really the best of either. And the price, it's downright brutal. A fully loaded Mini can hit 40,000 bucks. At that point, who's buying one? If you just want a fun small car, the Mazda Miata exists. If you want a premium small car, you're probably getting a Volkswagen GTI instead. Mini needs to figure something out fast, because if this trend continues, the hardtop two-door might not be around for much longer. And finally, we have the Alfa Romeo Giulia, aka the car that I have a crush on and that everyone loves to look at but nobody actually buys. And let's be real, I mean, on paper, the Giulia, it's amazing. It's got sharp handling, a Ferrari-inspired design, and a performance model with the Quadrifoglio that absolutely rips. So why is it taking almost 10 months to sell one? Because it's an Alfa Romeo. Duh. People love these cars, but they just don't trust them. Alfa has a long history of questionable reliability, and when you're dropping $50,000 plus on a sports sedan, do you really want to be rolling the dice on repairs, or are you just gonna buy a BMW 3 Series or Mercedes C-Class and just call it a day? The resale value is also terrible, meaning if you buy one, you're stuck with it. So the Giulia is arguably one of the most fun to drive cars in its class. Most buyers aren't willing to take the risk though, and that's why it's collecting dust at dealerships instead of burning rubber on the road. But enough about the flops, let's talk about the cars that are moving fast. Okay, let's start with the Lexus ES Hybrid, a car that somehow manages to sell like crazy and also be kind of invisible. Like, be honest, when was the last time you actually noticed an ES on the road? Exactly. But here's the thing, this car is an absolute dream for the I just want something nice, quiet, retired dentist kind of corporate executive who doesn't care much about flexing, or just someone who wants a luxury car without luxury car problems. Well, yeah, this is your choice. You get Lexus level comfort, 50 plus miles per gallon, a car that will probably outlive you. And since people finally realized that hybrids are the move in 2025, the ES Hybrid is flying off the lot with only a 29-day supply at dealerships. You know what happens when you slap the word Corolla on an SUV? Well, people, they lose their minds. Enter the Toyota Corolla Cross, the car for people who want the bulletproof reliability of a Corolla, but also want to sit a little higher up. Is it exciting? No. Is it a Toyota? Yes, which means it'll never let you down. And it's just the right size for people who don't want something massive like a RAV4. It's the Goldilocks of crossovers. Cheap to run, easy to park, and not trying to be anything it's not. And that's why people can't get enough of them. There is only a 28-day supply of these things on lots. All right, this one is kind of funny. The G-Wagon is on the same list as a Corolla-based crossover. What a time to be alive. And honestly, the G-Wagon is the ultimate status SUV. And if you've got money, you want one, period. These things are getting snapped up like designer handbags, and the price, oh, it doesn't matter. You could tell a G-Wagon buyer that they're gonna cost $1 million and they'd still hand over their Amex without blinking. It's big, it's boxy, it sounds like a monster, and let's be real, 99% of them never see the dirt. But that's not the point. The G-Wagon is a flex, and that's why they only have a 27-day supply of them at dealers right now. At this point, the Toyota Camry is just expected to sell like crazy. I mean, this car has been the default, I need a sedan that'll last forever choice for decades. But now, the hybrid version is a total game changer. With nearly 50 miles per gallon and all reliability that you expect from a Toyota, it's the perfect blend of old school practicality and new school efficiency. And also, let's be honest, dealerships love selling Camrys because they know that they won't have to discount them. If you want one, you're gonna pay sticker price. And guess what? People are still buying them because they know it's a safe bet. This one's only got a 25-day supply. This one's a no-brainer. If you got a family and you don't want a minivan, you buy a Highlander. That's just how it works. It's got 3 rows, solid fuel economy, and a reputation for running forever. And Toyota keeps improving it. The hybrid model makes it one of the most fuel-efficient 3-row SUVs out there, and the demand through the sunroof. Just like the Camry, Toyota only has a 25-day supply of these babies. The Lexus NX is basically Toyota saying, hey, what if we took the RAV4, made it fancier, and charged more? And people are eating it up. It's got all the usual Lexus perks, soft leather, quiet ride, and rock-solid reliability. But what really makes the NX fly off the lot? The hybrid models. Gas is expensive, people want fuel efficiency without going full EV. and the NX Hybrid gives you 40 plus miles per gallon while still feeling like a proper luxury SUV. Honestly, it's one of the smartest buys on the list, and with only a 24-day supply, they are selling really well right now. Okay, I gotta give a shout out for a sec to Kia because they're absolutely dominating the affordable car market. The Forte is its forte, and it's proof that people still want small sedans, as long as they don't have to cost a fortune. At $22,500, this thing is one of the last good cheap cars left. And with Toyota pushing their cheapest models past $25K, Kia is swooping in and saying, hey, we got you. It's reliable, it's well equipped, and the warranty is still 10 years, 100,000 miles. If you're a college student, a young professional, or just someone who doesn't want to drop 40K on a car, Forte is the move. Right now, they've only got a 23-day supply of them. Another Lexus RX this time. This is the hybrid version, and honestly, this is the one to get. My mom affectionately called hers the silver bullet, and everyone is obsessed with it and efficiency right now. The RX Hybrid is basically an instant sell. You want proof? Dealers can't keep them on lots for more than 23 days. Yes, another Toyota. This one is a minivan, and it is the Sienna. And this thing is proof that if you build a good minivan, people will actually want it. Sorry, Chrysler. Toyota went all in on hybrids, and it paid off. The Sienna gets 36 miles per gallon, has a ton of space, and is packed with tech. So while Chrysler is out here making minivans nobody wants, Toyota is making one that's actually cool. Well, as cool as a minivan can be. And Toyota only has a 22-day supply of these things. And here it is, the fastest selling car of this year is the Lexus regular RX. Why? Because it does everything right. It's comfortable, reliable, fuel efficient, and everyone from young professionals to retirees love them. If you want a luxury SUV that won't cause you headaches, this is it. And with only an 18-day supply, good luck getting your hands on one. So, everybody, what are your thoughts? Are you surprised about some of the slowest selling models so far? And are you sick of seeing Lexus sell so many damn units every single year? And if you enjoyed the vid, please hit the like button, turn on that subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, and check out these Ideal vids over here. I'm Brad, this is Ideal. We'll catch you next week, and promise me one thing, keep living the Ideal lifestyle.